demanded, someone please call 911, damn it. Tell them that you just witnessed a generation of school children being kidnapped and abandoned in substandard living conditions and broken down schools. Tell them that no child was left behind. In fact, they graduated thousands of fools. Sent them off to fend for themselves unprepared. Fed them nothing but budget cuts for years and forced them to quench their thirst with their tears, then prostituted them out without fear of retribution, repercussion, or guilt. Exported their wants for votes and political gifts. I mean, why do you think you never hear of school closures in the suburbs? Why do you think the parks in the good neighborhoods always get the beautiful facelift? I mean, have you ever seen a hoop court outside the hood without nets? If the education budget is equitably spent, then how come some schools have a computer in every classroom, while others barely have one that they can rent? Who is it who decides how this money gets spent, and how many schools do they have to visit before making these decisions? Do they ever have to look into the eyes of a child, bringing with potential and promise that won't ever be realized, due simply to a lack of equitable spending? Someone please call 911. If you won't, you can even remain anonymous. But tell the operators that you think you're a witness to a shady operation of international drug and gun runners. Tell us that you just saw 4 clean-cut white guys in fresh suits and ties dock a boat down at the harbor. Tell us that you might not have noticed they hadn't all jumped behind the wheels of 4 separate unmarked vehicles and headed straight towards what you knew was the hood. Tell her how we followed one and sat stunned as he sat with the chief of police, laughing about how he went through the hood block by block, dropping bricks of cocaine in the streets, watching and laughing his brothers scurried from their burrows like rats trying to be the first to sink their teeth in this new treat. Tell her that we crept up and got a close-up of the drive, and he's the same gunman who robbed us, plus the same one who kidnapped those children last week. Tell us if they come quick, they can stop him before it becomes too late. Matter of fact, whenever she gets you off hold, tell her no need to hurry, because the suspect just stole America's vote. Power to the people.
That's what we're talking about. Put your fists up, you believe in that people power that's organized. That's why we all out here, right? That community self-determination and police militarization. We're going to bring it back to the MC, the main MC. We want to say thanks to all the folks who came up. We're going to have another second round coming up, and we see a lot of MCs, a lot of folks who want to get up here, see a lot of poets, and we're going to share this mic. But we're going to go back to the program. Is that cool with y'all? Can we hear some more speakers? Okay.
Alright everyone, we're going to do some chants before we get started. When I say what do we want, you're going to say justice. And when I say when do we want it, we're going to say now. What do we want?
Justice!
And when do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
And when do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
Stop police brutality! Stop police brutality! Stop police brutality! Stop police brutality! From Ferguson to Palestine! From Ferguson to Palestine! From Ferguson to Palestine! From Ferguson to Palestine! Stop police brutality! Stop police brutality! From Oakland to Palestine! From Oakland to Palestine! From Oakland to Palestine! From Oakland to Palestine! Stop police brutality! Stop police brutality! And what do we want? And when do we want it? What do we want? And when do we want it? The people united will never be defeated. Louder, the people united will never be defeated. 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 Never be defeated. Stop police brutality. Stop police brutality. From Oakland to Palestine. From Oakland to Ferguson. From Oakland to Brooklyn. Stop police brutality. Stop police brutality. Alright, we're gonna say oink, oink, bang, bang every day.
same old thing. Boing, boing, bang, bang. Every day the same old thing. Boing, boing, bang, bang. Every day the same old thing. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace, no racist police. No justice, no peace, no racist
police. No justice, no peace, no racist police. Fuck the police, fuck the police, no police, for the police.
Can we have a silence for a minute? I want you to think about everybody who lost a loved one, been gunned down. Can we take a minute, close your eyes for a second? Somebody you know have been killed. So we're gonna make this for you. This quietness for a second is gonna be for us. Because it's happening every day. Every 23 minutes. Our loved ones are being shot like this in our community. My son was shot like this in a community, inside of a garage, where people in the community was cooking breakfast when the police opened fire in their garage. And they brought my son out of the garage by his neck. And they slapped his face to try to get a pulse or get him to wake up. My son never woke up. At 12:10, they say, my son died. But we know the real truth. We always said we want to rest. We don't want no damn arrest. We need some laws to protect us. We need some law to protect us. We can't depend on them to protect us. Did anybody ever thought about who policed the police? Who policed the police? Every time you turn around, these officers go on a vacation, which is called 3-day pay leave. And then they laugh and they joke. Then they got the family and the community marching. And then the marches get big. Then they get small. Then they forget about it. Then it picks up, somebody else get killed. Then it's gone, a repeat. Look at all our people has been killed. Unarmed. Look at Rodney King beat on camera. Justify that. Oscar Grant was murdered with his hands back and his behind his back. Guess what? They justify that. Kenneth Harden was shot down in San Francisco for a $2 pay. They cover that up. Eric in New York was choked to death. Cover that up. Michael Brown killed in his community in the middle of the street where it was one way in and one way out. Gunned down in front of his grandmother's house so his grandmother can see her grandson laying in the middle of the street. And the reason I know, because I went out there. So, what is it going to take, y'all? What do it really going to take? Now I want y'all to take 5 seconds and think, what do it going to take? We marching. We march. We march. We march. We march. Something we doing wrong. Something the hell we doing wrong. What are we doing wrong? Where is the leaders at? Why did they can come in our community to be voted in, but we can't get organized our own community and go after their ass? Y'all didn't hear me though, didn't you? Let me say it again. Why don't we let them come in our community and organize to put them in office, but we can't organize to kick their ass? Now, don't that sound crazy? That sound crazy. Now, I'm a grieving mother. I'm very upset right now that every time I get on the internet, it's new people people has been killed, murdered. But y'all don't understand that it's got small cities that y'all don't even heard of. If it wasn't for St. Louis, y'all wouldn't know what happened in St. Louis. Stockton. My son was killed in Stockton, California. Manteca. Ernest was shot down, killed. In the video, they justify that too. But look at Tracy. Look at all these small cities. What is that? Modesto. Rita. What's her name? Rita Elias. And Rita Elias was gunned down at her house. And the family could not fight. They lost that fight. But we're going to fight for that family. We got to fight for that family. We got to let Modesto know that Rita will never be forgotten. Because when she died, she left 3 little girls. It was 3 little girls. And then her mother died. Then I think her dad died too. But she had a lot of tragedy. So we got to start organizing in our community. We got to just protest downtown. We got to take it to another level. We got to go in the community now. We got to go to Starbucks. We got to go to the mall. We got to get the freeway. We got to cost their ass. They don't care about those protesters. They care about when you mess with their money. They only understand Fedius. And everybody know what Fedius is, right? Money. We are nothing but a product that's been sold. Our organs are being sold. My son's bone marrow was took out of his body. James Cook's brain was gone. James Cook's throat was gone. So we've been finding out that these corners been taking parts. Why every time that we lose a loved one, the police takes the body? You murdered, you get a crime, and you take the body? We gotta stop that damn law. Where's all of us being put on the market? I'm on the market now. You on the market. We all got a day. So what we gonna do? We gonna sit here and feel sorry for our goddamn self, and we gonna organize and get it bowling. What we gonna do? And I want you to look right now. I want you to look at everybody next to you. You are your brother's keeper. You are your brother's keeper. Anybody got kids out here? Anybody got a grandmother out here? Anybody got a nephew and niece? You look at them and you hold on to him and let him know that you're going to fight and you're going to care for him. You educate him because we learn from our mother first. When the day we come out of our mother's womb, we learn mama, dad. So we got to give to our community. We can't expect for them to give us shit. We not expect for them to give us food. We not expect for them to give them housing. Shit, if she get evicted, shit, she come next door. She done got no clothes, shit, come in the clothes and get you some. That's what the mentality we have to have. Stop fighting each other. Only time they come in our community is when one of us dead. Then they pretend that they're looking for, oh, we ain't found the criminal. Why you ain't found the criminal? Because you know why? You know why they ain't found the criminal? They got plea bargains. You give us 3, you walk. The guns, how the guns get in the ghetto? Come on, y'all. How many of y'all got a ship? Or a plane? Come on now, shit. We can't even go to Africa for free. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? So why do we got all these guns in the poor community? They don't throw a damn flag up. Why is kids is bringing guns to school? Now look at all these kids that have been with guns. Look at the one that killed Sandy School. Look at what is that one killed? Over there. But anyway, every time we see on the news that someone kills something or have guns, don't you know the police don't kill them? Police kill the ones with no guns. That's right. Everybody you know have had a day in court. They can play crazy or whatever. But why do they get a day in court and we can't get a day in court? They silence the one that killed. So we don't hear but one story. So I want to tell you I love you. I'm here. I've been organizing for 4 years because I feel y'all, because I was like y'all. I was blind too. I had a big old 3-bedroom house, big nice car. Every year I want to buy me a car. So I know how you think. But check this out. Death knocked at my door. And guess what? It was my baby boy. and his name was James Rivera, 16 years old. My son was full of life. My son was full of love. When they took my son, they took a piece of me. And long as his blood is on these streets, I'm going to continue to march. And I don't give a damn if we have to march whatever, because I ain't going nowhere. And God bless.
My name is Cindy Mitchell. I'm here from Vallejo. I'm here for my brother, Mario Romero, who was murdered by Vallejo police. He was shot over 40 times as he sat in front of his house, okay? Police covered it up. The police are not drug tested, okay? The police in your community, they have a vested interest in keeping crime in your community. They're getting armed with guns. And they are not volunteering to be randomly drug tested or psychologically evaluated, okay? This is terrorism on American soil. It's time for us all to stand up, okay? We come out here, we come to Oakland, we come to all the protests and rallies in Oakland. It don't take too long to get to Vallejo. Stand with us too, okay? Because we're standing with you guys. We expect you guys to stand with us, okay? We're going to Stockton. We're going everywhere. We're organizing. Okay? It takes all of us to stand together to combat this police brutality. Okay? We need to get laws created so that they can be drug tested. They should not be allowed to police themselves. Okay? My brother was murdered. He was shot through the palms of his hands and underneath his arms. The officer jumped on the hood of his car and continued to unload bullets. My brother was unarmed. They planted a gun in front of witnesses inside of the crime scene. Okay? And they were allowed to say that he was a parolee who was afraid of going back to prison, although he had never been on parole and had never been to prison. Okay? Take the time to pay attention to the stories, because they will make it seem like they're doing your community a favor when they're murdering us. This is terrorism. Where's our food shipment? Where's our drop ship? Okay? They're terrorizing us, and people don't seem to pay attention until it affects them. Okay? Our family now, your family later. Okay? We need to stand up. Okay? We need to stand up and unite and come together. Thank you guys. No justice, no peace. All power to the people. Wait a minute, wait. It's way too many people out here. We are surrounded by cops. We need your strength and your power. We are Oakland Pride. Put your fists up in the air. All power to the people. All power to the people. My name is Geraldine Blueford. My son is Alan Dwayne Blueford. Today is a direct connection in the murder of my son, Alan. He was 18 years old. 2 weeks before his graduation at Skyline High School. He was a 3.0 grade point average student. He works for Oakland's Unified School District, serving and working in the cafeteria. On May 6, 2012, Alan was brutally shot down in East Oakland by Officer Miguel Masso. He and his friends stood out waiting to be picked up. They were racially profiled. Because of the color of their skin, they were roughed up. They were thrown against the fence. They were thrown on the ground, and my son took off running. Had they not judged him by his color, instead of asking him a question, my Alan knew his rights. He was not under arrest. He was free to leave however and whenever he wanted to without being terrorized by the police. After they beat up the kids, my son ran. Officer Masso took his lapel camera and turned it off. He didn't want America, his family, or no one else to know what he had up his sleeve. Officer Miguel Masso served in the war, a few tour of duty. When he came back, he had post-traumatic stress disorder. Do you think the city of Oakland cared about that?
me physically, but he is here with me spiritually. I carry him in my heart, for he will stay in my heart. And I'm here today to stand up and say, hey, do not militarize the police department. Soldiers are trained, shoot to kill. Police officers take the oath to protect and serve. You laid my boy out in the street like he was a dog. You shot him down. His last words were saying, I didn't do anything as he ran. I didn't do anything. And when he tripped and fell, you stood over him after you shot yourself, you military police officer. You took your gun off, shot yourself in the foot, stood over my son, and shot him in his heart. The bullet went through his armpit. When I buried my son, I didn't know why he had a broken arm. His arm was broke because you shot him in the arm. We should not bury our kids. My son's future was stolen from him because you decided to come in with your soldiers. You decided that it was okay to police our neighborhoods with drones and with tanks and with gas and with shields and with sticks. But today, we stand up in this community and say no more. Pack up your shit and take it to war. We stand in solidarity with the people of Palestine. You are killing their babies just as you are killing ours. This is a city. This is not war. And they should be free in Palestine to come and go how they need to go. You're going to block the strip and not allow them to go to work, but then if they cross through the ship, you want to kill them dead. Well, we say no. We stand up. We are going to fight back. Listen, city officials, you see that this is wrong. You know the blood of Alan Blueford and the blood of these young men is on your hands. It's not going to work. All you're going to do is empower us. You're going to give us the strength to stand up and fight. You're going to give us the strength to say no more. We are not taking it no more. We stand for something and we're not following for your BS. We know that post-traumatic stress disorder is an illness. City of Oakland, shame on you. You should have gotten that man some help, and my baby would be alive today. We know when you come back from war that you cannot go on the job and be productive working 10 hours and 15 hours on our tax dollars. We want someone that's going to go to work and do their job. Protect and serve this community. Bridge this community. Take your military tactics and get out of here. Don't bring it back to Oakland. Urban shield my foot. That's not a shield. You're hiding behind your weapons of mass destruction. You see my face? You hear my voice? My son said he didn't do anything, but I'll tell you, Geraldine Blueford is going to do everything she can to make sure that this does not go on. All power to the people. One